Hello and welcome to The Happy Goddess. And today I have a video about the truth about Danielle Johnson, aka Mysticx Lipstick. Okay, there's a lot of a lot of rumors going around, and people giving their different insight, saying that she had a spiritual psychosis, and some deep dark entity had entered into her and caused her to have to do the things that she did. But I'm here to tell y'all the truth. Homegirl didn't have a spiritual psychosis. She didn't. What basically it is, in a nutshell, there are several different types of energy vampires. And I need y'all to wake up and realize that sometimes some of these energy vampires are born that way. They're not, they grew up and in their adulthood, over time of different traumas and different things, they become this narcissist, they become this, they become that. No. Sometimes energy vampires are born that way. They are born narcissists. They are born with it could be downright evil ways about them, and they're very good at hiding it. Some of them are very good at hiding their true face, and they can cause a lot of chaos, a lot of drama, and a lot of pain, and even death if you mess around with a certain type of energy vampires. And these certain types of energy vampires are almost akin to demons. So you have to be very careful. There are levels to energy vampires. And the most dangerous are the ones that are born energy vampires that are almost akin to, like, they're close cousins to demons. And they can wreak havoc in a person's life. So when people think, oh, something came into this person and now, this person couldn't have been born this way or born evil and something that she messed around with. No. Sorry to say, no. Some people are born that way, and that makes them very dangerous because they came into the world that way. They came into the world that way. And they can look very innocent. They could be very helpful, they'll have moments of victimhood where things have happened to them and certain things, they play victim very well. They can play victim very well. Mm-hmm. Like, you really feel sorry for them after a while, thinking that everything is happening to them until you really look at the full scope of the picture and realize, no, it's not other people doing things to that person. It's them doing things to other people. And they will strike people who are innocent, people that have never done anything to them. They are absolutely dangerous. And I want to school some people on energy born vampires, something I don't think y'all really hear anybody talking about. They want to talk about this spiritual psychosis and this, that, and the other. But her other friend, like Trey Melvin, I have to give him credit. He is a person that, like he says in this, he looks at the good in everyone. He looks at the good. And even when you watch his clips, he's wrestling still with, saying that there was some good parts and she was a healer and she was this and, I don't want people to demonize her and this, that, and the other. He's still struggling with what role or what does he want to label her as? He's still struggling with it. But other people are quite clear on what she is, and she was downright evil. And I would like to say that it's sad, but some people are born energy vampires, and the dangerous kind. They can't help themselves because that's how they were born. And sometimes that comes from a generational curse. Sometimes that is born from some type of tragedy or something, or sometimes they are just born that way. There are people that we got to keep it G. We know there are people that are born demons, born demons, human demons walking amongst us. And there are born energy vampires walking among us. And there are different levels to them. And the most dangerous level is the close cousin to a demon. They can appear very sweet, very kind. They could be healers. They could be pastors. They could be all that. But when the facade and that mask is removed and they show their true self, good God, it's a scary thing. So let's get into this.
Regarding this woman, for spiritual purposes, I will not be saying her name, but will instead be referring to her as the host. Why the host? Because people can vilify her all day and all night, but at the end of the day, there was a very powerful darkness working through her, whether you believe in the devil.
Yeah, and that was called her energy, her being an energy vampire. That was who she was. That was the core of her. Yeah, she did a lot of good things. They can do a lot of good things to draw people in. That's how they draw you in. They draw you in with good things. Because if they showed you exactly who they were all the time, nobody would be around them. So they had to put on this facade, this mask, to show you a different side, to draw you in like a spider would draw in a fly with a pretty web. And it worked. And she has wreaked havoc.
Devil or divine tricksters or demons, etc. I believe her to be nothing more than, not nothing more, through her darkness working through her, whether you believe in the devil or divine tricksters or demons, etc. I believe her to be nothing more than, not nothing more, but be a host, to be a vessel, to be a pawn for that darkness to move through her.
I'm glad he mentioned demon because, yeah, it's a close cousin to it. And yes, it's a trickster because it will trick you to think that they're good people and they're not. Be careful and be wise. I'm telling y'all stuff that people ain't gonna be telling you about nowhere else.
I don't believe her to be inherently evil. At the end of the day, I
Sorry,
believe
she
her
was.
to simply be failed. There are a few things that I want to clarify before I move forward. One, this is not a smear campaign. I'm not here to slander her. I'm not here to disrespect her. I am here to share my experiences with her in hopes that other survivors of her spiritual abuse or any spiritual abuse speak up. I am not the only one she hurt. She hurt many, many people. There are a lot of healers, astrologers, etc. out here hurting many, many people. Two, witchcraft is not inherently evil. This is not the time to shame and demonize spiritual healers, astrologers, practitioners, root workers, etc. This is the time to have a conversation about protection. This is the time to have a conversation about mental health. If you are receiving guidance or mentorship from spiritual healers, be mindful of who you are receiving guidance from. If you are a healer providing...
Absolutely. You got to practice discernment. Know who you're getting your work from. Know who you are talking to. Ask questions about their mental health. Ask questions about their spiritual journey. Really get to know the person that you are working with. Okay? Yeah, it's always good to work with somebody who's a very open book. You know. And the first thing, if you're going to do go into spirituality, I say practice protection work. Protection and cleansing, let that be the number one thing that you practice first. You need to be able to protect yourself and you need to be able to cleanse yourself.
Guidance. Be mindful of who and or what in the metaphysical you are receiving your guidance from. Three, I myself am a healer. I'm a clairvoyant empath. What is a clairvoyant empath? To put it plainly, I'm psychic. I can feel and see things beyond the physical, and I can feel it through my comedy, my drama. Picked up on it, you simply aren't paying attention. You're not looking close enough. So in case you haven't heard, the host was a very popular astrology influencer and spiritual practitioner slash healer. I use the term healer very loosely because although she did abuse many people, I do genuinely believe she helped many people as well.
At first.
I can admit that. I learned a lot from her. But I'm also the type of person who sees the best in everybody. Like everybody.
Yes, you do.
Help it. So maybe I'm just fucking delusional. On Monday,
A little
April 8th,
bit.
2024, the day of the solar eclipse, the host stabbed and killed her boyfriend, scooped up her 9-year-old and 8-month-old daughters, hopped in the car, drove through the gate of their apartment complex, pushed the girls out of the car on the highway, God bless both of their innocent souls. Killing the 8-month old. Thinking about Kathy. I know I said I was gonna cry throughout this at some point. Fun fact, I actually love to cry. Love to cry. I think it's the healthy deal. A lot of times I'll cry and it won't even just be for me. Ancestors and an older version of me who, and I always hear Kathy when I feel myself swallowing, I think over 100 miles per hour on like a regular street, smashed into a tree and died upon impact. Sounds straight out of a movie, right? Of a movie. And died into a tree in Beach, California, going, I think over. I didn't always, and I always hear Kathy when I feel myself swallowing it. I hear Kathy in my head telling me, "Don't you hold that shit in. let that shit out." Anyway, she then drove about 20 minutes to Redondo Beach, California, going, I think over 100 miles per hour on like a regular street, smashed into a tree and died upon impact. Sounds straight out of a movie, right? And it is so easy to demonize her if you did not know her, but I did.
He is trying to see the best in her still. But yes, she forced her 9-year-old daughter and 8-month-old out the car, and the child was holding the 8-month-old. And of course, upon impact on the street, on the highway, the child, the 8-month-old, um, passed away through being ran over, and the 9-year-old, suffered, some injuries, but she is alive.
She was a former mentor slash friend of mine. She was a former mentor slash friend of my late best friend Kathy's, and she was a former mentor slash best friend of a few of my best friends. I learned back in 2019 that she was not only doing black magic on her followers, not all, but on her followers, but also people closest to her. And when Kathy and I found out, we cut ties with her completely, and blocked her on everything. We wouldn't even speak her. We wouldn't even speak her name.
God, I wish I knew him. I wish I knew him. I swear to God, I wish I knew him. Cause, boy, if you'd have told me this, oh, child, poor baby, poor baby. We could have did some things to probably reverse this and stop this.
Wouldn't even speak her name in conversation about her, about mutual friends, about our experiences with her, out of fear. For real. After learning that this person that we trusted so heavily with our humanity and our spirits
Was cursing y'all.
for real, she was the first and most prominent mentor both Kathy and I had when we were beginning our spiritual journeys, when Kathy and I began tapping into our innate spiritual powers and clairvoyance. To cut to the chase, after she found out that Kathy and I cut her off, she cursed us. It's not funny. I just hate how Scorpio I am sometimes, because I'm so blunt and matter of fact, and like this is what happened. It is what it is. About some of the most off the wall shit. So I know when I said that, I could feel some of y'all jolt. And to me, I'm just like, yeah, she cursed us. She cursed us. The curse nearly killed me. It killed Kathy, and it drained my energy for several years. Let's go back to 2020. On
Several
June 2nd,
years.
I was on the receiving end of a hit and run with Kathy.
Several years. Like, damn, that allowed that spell to marinate on them. Let me tell you, the longer a spell is remains on a person, the stronger and the more potent it becomes. If it's not removed correctly, it will stay there until it finishes its task. Got to be very careful. I'm telling you, I've been through the same ish. I've had people that I thought was my friend, put stuff in my food, my drinks to make me sick. And I tell you, if it wasn't for, the Lord above, the great divine, and the fact that I kept doing cleansing and protection work and cleansing and protection work, I would not probably be here today. I'd probably be gone because the intention was for me to die, become sick and die. Like, how wicked can these people be? But there are wicked, evil people among us. And this should go down in history as a cautionary tale that power, energy vampires, and envy and evil and all of this stuff in magic in the wrong hands can be a deadly combo. I've been through it. And I tell you, I thank God that I'm alive today. It took me years to it took me years. After going basically using cleansing and protection work and all of that, all that working I was doing all this time, that was helping to save my life. I had no clue that I had a curse on me. Do you realize that if you don't know you are cursed, that curse can stay on you? You have to break that curse. You have to find out if you have a curse. You have to identify something, or identify a problem to fix a problem. If you don't identify you have a problem, it cannot be fixed. And I had no clue of how magic worked like that. I thought by doing my cleansing and doing everything that I was doing, that I was removing everything, but I had to know that something was on me. The more I tapped in, the more it helped me realize certain things like generational curses and things that were, things that had to be broken and fixed with me, my family, friends around me. Oh my gosh, I'm going on a tangent. I'm sorry. But this subject is really deep for me.
We were knocked unconscious upon impact, hospitalized, our brains bled, my bleeding.
So him and his best friend, Kathy, who I guess was a chef, you know, they were in a car together and ended up getting into a car accident. Both of them ended up in the hospital with, bleeding on the brain and everything, and was fighting for their lives.
My bleeding stopped the following morning. Kathy's did not. And she passed away the following day. And the crash made international news. The curse impacted my career, my money, my relationships, etc. And to protect myself and the people around me, I won't explain that any further. Believe me, don't believe me, your perception of me doesn't make me any more or less valid. If you're watching this and your frequency is on the lower end, no shade, and you didn't know that curses, spell work, etc. were real, I'm here to tell you that they are. And I'm gonna leave part one at that. I'm gonna explain this further in part two. Hi, I'm Trey.
Yes, curses are 100% real, and it could do damage. It absolutely can do damage. So let me pause this and go to the next one.
Of connection, like plants and candles and crystals and herbs and shit, which led me to the host, which has led a lot of you watching this to the host. And our connection, our relationship, her guidance felt iridescent.
I'm so pissed. The ones that are doing legitimate work, that are trying to help people, I mean, damn, I'm doing so much free workings to help people with their generational curses and family hexes and situations and helping to solve crimes and situations popping off and all of this. I tell you, the ones that do the most and give the most, and we stay unknown. We stay unknown and everything, I tell you. Jeez. And the ones who energy vampire, you know how to work a social media and marketing and all of that. Look at that. They become famous. I tell you, the good ones, sometimes you get nothing. No, I'm just joking. You know, my time will come. It is what it is. And, it will be a slow growth, but it will be an organic, happy growth with my soul tribe. So be cool. Let's go.
Until it didn't. Until Kathy and I learned that she was not only manipulating the public, but the people closest to her. Until
Mm.
we learned about the rituals. There's no shade to rituals. We stand a good ritual up in here. I do. My people do. But the rituals connected to black magic and the curses and the hexes.
Okay, that's why I did that energy vampire video for y'all so y'all could see how dangerous energy vampires can be. Y'all could spot some of the signs to help yourself and know when to cut people off from out of your life. Okay? I'm just trying to help y'all prepare y'all soul tribe so y'all know how to protect yourselves, okay, from situations and people. Because these people out here ain't playing. These energy vampires, they not playing. 2024 is mm. So y'all better protect yourselves whichever way y'all can.
The blood magic.
Oh no.
And how she was using it to manipulate the people closest to her. She cursed everyone.
Mm.
Like everyone. If she was intimidated by you, saw you as competition, she cursed you. Everyone she was jealous of, everyone she thought was jealous of her, everyone who had something she wanted. Do not be an astrologer. Don't be a fellow astrologer. Don't be a fellow.
Jesus. Been there, done that. Look, I've been in many communities. Look, I was in the financial domination community at one point. Yes. Yes. Your mother has lived, okay? And yeah, it's a lot of witches in there. And I tell you, if they see a post of you and you making a little bit more scratch or money than them or something, yeah, I've been cursed. I've been hexed. I've been all kind of things from people. Telling you. Jealousy and envy and stuff is real. This is why I recommend people get spiritually cleansed and do protection work every week, 4 times a month. Do your protection for the start of the week, do your cleansing and everything. Take care of you. Make sure you're cleansed and make sure you're protected because it's no joke out here. There's some evil people walking among us. So protect yourselves. All right? I would never do none of this magic this woman was into.
Healer.
Lord have
Don't be a
mercy.
fellow spiritual practitioner and come across her timeline and have something she wants. She cursed you. That's a
Mm-mm.
Spotify wrapped of the shit she was doing. And again, I only know these things because I knew her. Honestly, out of respect for her, I'm not gonna expose her shit too much. She know what she did. And the people around her know what she did. Even those of you lying about what she did.
This man is hurt.
I don't have the time to sit here and explain how to curse someone and the millions of rituals and tools to do so. From bones to blood to chickens to needles to cows to snakes to candles, just know it exists. And when Kathy and I found out, we said, oh no, oh no. And we severed ties with her. We over here trying to heal our inner children and heal generational curses and meditate and tap into the guidance of our ancestors to better ourselves and our friends and our family and each of you watching this. I didn't sign up for the black magic. You can keep that. You can miss me with that. You can miss me with that. What do you mean sometimes you don't feel like sending the Reiki? So you don't do it, but you still charge people for it. And you freeze photos of your ops to bind their energy. No. Even with the little Kathy and I found out, I did not learn most of this, and obviously what she did to me and Kathy until after the crash. After she smashed into that tree going over 100 miles per hour behind the wheel of that Porsche Cayenne that she paid for with my money and the money of Kathy and the money of many of you watching this. On the day of the eclipse, what was done in the dark started coming to light, as it always does. Balance is being restored. She bit off more than she could chew. And I don't hate her for it. I don't pray that she burns in hell like a lot of you are. Like I said before, I still don't believe her to be an evil person. Somewhere along the road, something very, very dark attached to her and began using.
Nothing attached to her. That was just who she was. Okay? Nothing attached to her. That was exactly who she was.
I don't hate her for it. I don't pray that she burns in hell like a lot of you are. Like I said before, I still don't believe her to be an evil person. Somewhere.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, Trey Melvin. She was born an energy vampire, okay? And I think people need to be schooled and learn that there is a such thing as born energy vampires. They were born that way. Just like there are born evil people that walk among us. We have to take the rose colored glasses off and realize what the flip walks among us so you can prepare yourself and protect yourself from them. And the naivety that they do not exist, or something got into a person and this, that, and the other. It's not always an entity or a demon or something got into somebody. Sometimes that's just who they are.
Along the road, something very, very dark attached to her and began using her to carry out a very, very, very dark mission.
Nope, nobody used her to carry out anything. She just chose this life. This is the life she chose. This person was an energy vampire, born that way, and she just happened to gravitate towards astrology and magic and everything else. And she found something that she can use as an energy vampire to become successful, to gain money, to gain energy, to live out her, energy vampire ways. And that's what she did. Manipulating people, using people, you destroying people's lives. This is energy vampire.
And I know now she's stuck on the side of the road. And
no, she's not stuck on the side of the road, babe. Okay? She's not stuck on the side of the road. I want to inform you, Trey Melvin, that she's not on no side of the road, baby. No. Boo-boo, no. No, she's not on the side of the road. Is Danielle Johnson stuck on the side of the road cursed? That's a no. Is she in a holding tank somewhere? Okay, her spirit is like kind of like her energy and her essence and everything. Like she is kind of in a holding tank for people who cannot be changed. Like anybody who thinks, oh, with all of this she did, maybe she'll get a second chance and this, then the other. No, not energy vampires, not born energy vampires. They don't get the same second chances. No, they don't feel these emotions that like please don't associate an energy vampire who was born one with emotions. They don't have those the same way that we do. It's totally different. They have emotions. They mimic emotions to make themselves look human to others. Okay, so they could draw you in, but they don't have the same, emotions that we do. They actually have no empathy, no sympathy, no empathic, none of that, none of that, none of that. When they can see like a cat kicked and feel bad, they don't. They are the closest cousins to demons. These particular types of energy vampires. Okay, there are several types, and the highest, evilest, most ranking one is the one that is the closest to demons. And they have zero empathy whatsoever. They like to cause chaos. They like to cause death. They like to destroy lives. They like to wreak flipping havoc. That's what they like to do. So be very careful. He is trying to make her human. He's trying to humanize her to make her seem human, and that she had empathy and she had this and she had that. She had it to a point, meaning she was mimicking it. But at a certain point, the facade and the mask came off.
Limbo, unable to cross over, facing her judgment. And there's people watching this that.
And you're absolutely right. She is unable to face her she's not able to cross over. That's the one thing you did get right about her. She is unable to cross over. She is going to have to face some judgment. And I could tell that you are still dealing with the trauma the way you are holding yourself. It's almost like he's trying to comfort himself.
Out a very, very, very dark mission. And I know now she's stuck on the side of the road
Nope.
in limbo, unable to cross over, facing her judgment. And there's people watching this that she wants to know that she's sorry. I know
she's not sorry. Sorry to tell you this. She is unable to cross over. You're absolutely right. She's in a holding tank. And she's going to remain there for a very long time because there's nothing you could do with a born energy vampire. Nothing. They are what they are. And she's not sorry because she has no empathy. So I don't know who's telling him this, or he's telling himself that to, give some comfort to himself that, she was a friend or that she had these emotions and stuff like that. But I'm sorry to tell you, Trey Melvin, she had no emotions. She had none. She does not feel sorry. She does not feel empathy. She does not feel any of these emotions that you think she feels. And no, she didn't have a flippin' spiritual psychosis.
Me to know that she's sorry.
She's not.
Take that as you will. I'm a best of both worlds type of guy, and
I understand that you're a best of both worlds type of guy, but you got to face reality.
I hesitate to share this because I know I'm going to sound crazy if I go too deep into detail with some of the things I witnessed. But if you saw Trey Melvin's video yesterday, I'm gonna come forward and say that Trey Melvin is not lying. I don't know if you've seen this story. We were best friends. Like we were friends who were very close, called each other best friends at some point. I have babysat her daughter before. There's a picture of me in a red wig. That's her wig. I'm in her house. That type of close. The past few weeks have been, wow. I am still struggling to find words. I'll be honest with you. When I shared parts of my story out of, honestly, a knee-jerk reaction from my initial shock from the situation, I got mostly support, but a lot of people were attacking me because when I said, I stopped being friends with her because she was into some dark shit and she was very controlling and abusive, people didn't want to hear that. And I'm not going to knock the spiritual psychosis route. I don't doubt that that was something that contributed to it. But when you know someone intimately and you see them doing dark magic on other people who y'all know, I can't.
In other words, he does not believe it's a spiritual psychosis. He just believes that this person was just inherently evil. Okay? He is quite aware and quite, he is no. Trey is a softer spirit. Trey is he's an empath. So empaths always try to see the good and the evil and the good and the positive in people, even when they are showing you their horns. He's still trying to find some positive in it. Where this man right here is nah, I'm going to give you the real deal, raw, no chaser. Hunger was evil. Okay? There was no spiritual psychosis. Honey enjoyed doing what she did. She enjoyed being an energy vampire. And she enjoyed, hurting people and doing black magic.
Can't name them because I'm not going to put that out there like that. But this person, she has celebrity clients, and some of the things that she's doing to get down, working with demons. Not that I'm knocking anybody who does whatever you practice is your practice, but she was not doing it. This person.
Wait a minute. So were these celebrities that she was helping, were they aware that she was working with demons? Did they want her working with demons? And this is why I said what I said about this particular type of energy vampire. They're very close cousins to demons. So working with demons is very easy for them to do. I've only interacted with one energy vampire that was like that, and I never want to, interact with one of them again. Ooh.
And she was very controlling and abusive. Like, people didn't want to hear that. And I'm not going to knock the spiritual psychosis route. Like,
He ain't
I
buying it.
don't doubt that that was something that contributed to it. But when you know someone intimately and you see them doing dark magic on other people who y'all know, I can't name them because I'm not going to put that out there like that. But like, this person, she has like celebrity clients, and you know some of the things that she's doing to get down, like working with demons. Not that I'm knocking anybody who does whatever you practice is your practice, but she was not doing it in a way that was nice. She literally was obsessed with controlling everything and everybody around her, including me. This is just one of the screenshots because I took screenshots before I deleted my post.
So Danielle knew I was a CSA survivor and used my trauma to convince me that I had intimacy issues because I expressed being uncomfortable cuddling with her because she kept pushing up on me. She kept talking about sleeping with me despite me telling her I'm gay multiple times. This is a energy vampire. I want y'all to be very aware. This is the type of thing a dangerous energy vampire will do. Very highly manipulative. That's why I made that video for y'all to watch. So y'all be very aware of these types of energy vampires and when to know to set boundaries or to flip and bounce. She tried several times to use money to control me. See, they are very controlling. I was a poor, broke student going through hella shit, and she took advantage of that state I was in. Pretend I have kind things to say about her. I don't. I don't care if this is in poor taste. She was not a good person. Well, born energy vampires are not good people. They're the worst of the worst, actually. Jeez, they're right up there with serial killers because they have no empathy for what they do to people. And she was taking people's lives in car accidents. So yeah, no different than a serial killer who has no empathy for what they do. They get a thrill from it. This is someone who literally abused me. She was abusive to all the people in her life. Sorry if in a moment of shock, who was close to me? Okay, I don't know. I can't read all.
Okay, clearly people are. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
So I can't read everything.
Type of thing. But she sent me screenshots years ago. I took screenshots before I deleted my post. Pause and read because I'm not gonna read all that. If I went even more into detail about some of the things I've endured from being friends with that girl, like y'all probably wouldn't believe.
I believe you.
Half of it. But as far as the car accident stuff, I know for a fact that was something she did because there's an astrologer. I won't name her, but like there's an astrologer who she has caused accidents for. Why do I know that? Because she sent me screenshots, which have been deleted. I deleted all of our communications. I'm not going to hold you. So
what?
Receipts, I ain't got it. This is a believe it or not type of thing. But she sent me screenshots years ago saying like she got her. Like she had gotten into a wreck and she had intentionally tried to cause that car wreck because she was beefing with that astrologer.
See, this is why I'm glad that the owner is going to be making those keychain things for safe traveling for people and for kids and adults that they could carry, put on their keys and take with them all the time and take in their car, and or ones that you could leave in your car to keep you safe, and from harm and accidents. Because this is ridiculous. Like, I don't know. This is something I suggested to the owner to do. So I'm glad I saw that he had purchased like the keychains and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, good. So yeah, to make the safe traveling for people in their cars to prevent certain ish like this. This is ridiculous. This is the thing that makes me cry as an empath, because it makes me feel so like, ooh, that people like that are among us. Ooh, God.
I've seen her do petty things to people for absolutely no reason. I've seen her like stalk people relentlessly.
Mm.
I was at some point convinced that she was a victim to a lot of the people she was stalking, and it took me a while to come around and realize,
See?
oh wow, she's actually cyber stalking these people. Mind you, her and I were friends before I even got to the point of being a therapist. So that actually is part of what started my own healing journey, which led me down this path that I'm on now. And I don't fuck with certain things. I'm gonna be honest. Like again, I get it. Like spiritual psychosis is an important conversation, but also some people are just not good people. One thing I
Mm.
disagree about with Trey Melvin is like I don't believe the host part of it, because why? She was just not a good person, and I hate to say it
Exactly.
like that, but it's just the truth.
Exactly.
Some of the things I've heard and I've seen and I witnessed, good people don't say or do those things. And to answer questions, because I know people might ask, like, why were you friends with her? Because I was friends with her for a couple of years. Why was I friends with her? I was scared at some point to leave.
Hmm.
I've seen this
Hmm.
girl
Hmm.
take somebody's picture, put 9 nails through it on a cow tongue, and freeze that hoe. I I seen her do a lot worse too. But y'all will not believe the half, to say the least. But Trey is not wrong. Um, there are so many theories: postpartum psychosis. This person bragged to me openly about having a lack of empathy.
See?
Shocked I was, but not surprised at what happened. She used to brag about similar things. I'm just saying. Yeah, and people who are obsessed with money, power, and all that type of stuff, they're gonna do.
So basically, somebody she hexed and cursed. Either somebody she cursed or hexed. Let me ask. Was it somebody that she cursed and hexed that reversed the magic on her and caused her death? No. Okay, no. But somebody did do a reversal working and sent back everything that she did onto her. So somebody did a reversal working, and all the stuff that she did to everybody, they reversed it back onto her, causing her to go boo boo batshit crazy. Okay? It caused her to have arguments. She did spells to cause arguments, breakups, accidents, infighting, destroy family, and death. So all of the things that she caused in life to others was reversed back into her and whammied the flip out of her. It whammied her enough to cause her to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And that's why you have the result of this spiritual psychosis. But the spiritual psychosis was brought on by somebody whammy to flip out her ass. I don't know if it was one of the victims went to somebody and had the working done. That could be a possibility to it. I don't even want to ask, and I'm not going to be concerned with it. But all I could tell y'all is somebody decided to Uno reverse the flip out of this situation with her. They said, okay, you're going to be cursing people. You're going to be hexing people. You're going to cause car accidents to people. You're going to be doing all this evil. Somebody decided enough is enough. And they put the work in and they got her. They got her. This is a result of a hexing, a cursing, a jinxing, a reversal of working, and it was sent back to the maximum level possible. And she took it there. Okay? You can curse somebody and do all of this stuff to make it seem like she had a spiritual psychosis and she went crazy and this, that, and the other. But this is all workings of a curse. This is all workings of a curse. Okay? And Trey Melvin wants to think that she feels some empathy, this, than the other. No. And you know what the worst of this is? The worst is These people are still cursed. You know, Trey Melvin talked about how it was affecting him for years on his life and this, that, and the other, and it affected his career and all this and the other, and how he had to, I guess try to take it off. But it's still on him. It's still on him. It's still on a lot of these people. Is it still on this dude with the yellow rag on his head? Do-rag? What is his name? It's F. Hamid Ha-Hem. Is F. Ha-Hem cursed? Damn, he's cursed too. So all of these people that she cursed before she passed on are still cursed. What the fudge? They're still cursed. So I don't know. I'm going to talk to my peoples, okay? I'm going to talk to my peoples. And I want to do a reversal for all of these people that she was affected by. I'm not even getting paid for any of this. I'm not even asking for a coin or dime. But you know what? For something this tragic and this, evil, yeah. If you can help, you help. If you could fix, you fix. All right. And that is a point of magic. Not only, it ain't always about getting the prosperity and getting the money. It's also about doing good in the world, because what you do positive comes back to you. And yes, you can tell him, Trey Melvin and everybody, yeah, they is still cursed. But I think they already know that they're still cursed. And they're just going about their lives praying and hoping for the best and doing their little spiritual workings and stuff. But nah, they still cursed. Yeah, I would have to gather up a bunch of candles and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. Y'all comment below and let me know. Should I do it? Should I remove it? I think I should. That's the right thing to do. Honestly, it's the right thing to do. My soul tribe, tune in and tell me what y'all think. Should I do it? I think I should, because you know what? They're all victims, and they deserve, to be cursed free, and enjoy their life and move on from this situation, this hellish ass situation. I'm surprised nobody else offered to fix it. Oh, it is what it is. Well, I think I'll do it.
Whatever they can, and that was the type of person that I knew. I'm just saying. I hesitate to even share this, but like Trey sharing that, I don't know. I hesitate to share this. I will probably take this down if, yeah. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I hesitate to share this because I know I'm gonna sound crazy if I go too deep into detail.
You ain't sounding crazy.
But if you saw Trey Melvin's video yesterday, I'm gonna come forward and say that Trey Melvin is not lying. I don't know if you've seen this story. We were best friends. Like we were.
He
friends.
know all her dirt. I bet you he know all her dirt. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this video. Well, do you think I should help him? Yes and no. I hope y'all watch all the way to the end. Seriously. Okay, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. I hope that this video does help a lot of people, become more aware of spiritual, of curses, hexes, be careful of who you go to, practice discernment, know that energy vampires out there. There's different types of energy vampires. And I hope that I gave you a lot of information that can help y'all. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Ashe, Ashe. Take care of yourself. Peace and blessings. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye.